Hello friends, this is Priyanka. Today we are going to solve a problem on two-stage compression refrigeration system with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber system. So first I will read what is the given problem. A two-stage compression ammonia refrigeration system operates between overall pressure limits of 14 bar and 2 bar. The temperature of the desuperheated vapor and subcooled liquid refrigerant are limited to 30 degrees Celsius. The flash tank separates dry vapor at 5 bar pressure and liquid refrigerant then expands to 2 bar. Estimate the coefficient of performance of the machine and power required to drive the compressor. If the mechanical efficiency of the drive is 80% and the load on evaporator is 10 TR. So this was the given problem. So let us first understand what is the given data and which factors we have to find out. Now if we observe, there is the pressure limits is given. So this pressure limit is 14 bar and 2 bar. That means for this two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber system is operating is in between these two pressures. That is, the maximum pressure is 14 bar and minimum pressure is 2 bar. So we have to take here the maximum pressure, that is known as the pressure in the condenser, and minimum pressure, that is the pressure in the evaporator. So 14 bar pressure is here, that is PC. So we have to write here as a 14 bar and minimum pressure is 2 bar. So PE is equal to 2 bar. So this system operates in between these two pressure limits. Now temperature of desuperheated vapor and subcooled liquid is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Now if we observe this whole system, where is the desuperheating process is taking place? So we know that when here the low pressure compression process is taking place, the refrigerant is in the superheated state, and when it is passed through this water intercooler, the desuperheating process is taking place. That means this is the process 2 to 3. Here desuperheating process is taking place. That means its heat is getting removed, but still the refrigerant is in the superheated state. And here subcooled liquid is also at 30 degrees Celsius. So here is the liquid subcooler and its temperature is also equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Now this is the process 6 to 7. So we can say that for the process of 6 to 7, that is the cooling process through this liquid subcooler is taking place at 30 degrees Celsius temperature. Now the next is flash tank pressure. So here the flash tank, that is this flash chamber pressure is given 5 bar. So we can say that here in between this 2 bar and this 14 bar, here middle pressure is equal to 5 bar. Then the mechanical efficiency is 80% and load on the evaporator, that is here load we will say later is a Q, that is 10 tons of refrigeration. So 10 TR, which is equal to Q. And we have to calculate what is the coefficient of performance and what is the power required to drive the system. That means let us first, we have to understand how to find out the enthalpies at different points. That is, for this whole processes, how to calculate the enthalpy. So for that we have to understand the one by one process. So now we know that what is the process 1 to 2, that is the low pressure compression, and that compression is the isentropic compression process. So we have to first find out what is the enthalpy at point 1 and what is the enthalpy at point 2 during this low pressure compression process. So how to find out? So we know that when the refrigerant is leaving this evaporator, then it is at saturated liquid state and pressure equal to pressure in evaporator, that is PE. So this PE is given in the data, that is here 2 bar, and what is the state of the refrigerant, that is the saturated liquid, saturated vapor. So here the saturated vapor line is there and this is the pressure of 2 bar. So intersection of these two lines will give us the point 1, that is the initial condition of the refrigerant. So here is the enthalpy, that is H1. So this pressure enthalpy chart that will be provided in the examination, and we have to find out this point 1, that is the intersection of these two lines, saturated vapor line and pressure equal to 2 bar. So here this H1 is 1420. So this is the enthalpy H1, kilojoule per kilogram. Now what is the next process? So while we have to find out the point 2, so we must understand what is the process that is taking place. So here isentropic compression process is taking place. So what is happening? Pressure is getting increased, but pressure is getting increased at constant entropy. So we have to first understand what is the entropy at this point 1. So entropy at this point 1, that is 5.6244 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. So at this constant entropy, compression process is taking place, but up to which pressure the compression process is taking place? Up to this flash chamber pressure, and that is given, that is equal to 5 bar. So here is the line of 5 bar, and here at this point 1, this is the line of constant entropy. So if we take the intersection of these two lines, 5 bar pressure line and this line of constant entropy, here is the point of intersection, and that is the point 2. And now if we extend this point, here will be the H2. So H2 is 1550 kilojoule per kilogram. Now H2 is that we have find out. Now what is the next? So again, if we observe, after point 2 water intercooler is there, that means de-superheating process is taking place for the process 2 to 3. So how to calculate this? Now here it is given that temperature of de-superheated vapor is 30 degree. So here at this point 2, when it is getting passed through this water intercooler, then the temperature is removed up to the 30 degree Celsius. So here we have to first find out this temperature lines, and the temperature that is equal to 30 degree Celsius, this will be temperature T3, and we have to select that point, and that point will be our point 3. And this process is taking place at constant pressure. So along this pressure line only, that is equal to flash chamber pressure, here we have to select the point 3, that is this is the line with 30 degree Celsius temperature, and this is the line with constant pressure. So here when we extend this point 3, we will get here the H3, that is equal to 1510 kilojoule per kilogram. When the refrigerant is leaving this water intercooler, it is getting mixed with this vapor refrigerant from the flash chamber. So again the cooling process is done in the process 3 to 4, but up to which temperature, that is not given in the question. So we don't know what is the enthalpy at point 4. So we will move to the next process. So what happens next? That is the compression process is done at the constant entropy, and that entropy is equal to entropy at this point 4. So again we don't know where is the point 5, that is what is the condition of the refrigerant when it is leaving this high pressure compressor. So again we will move for the next process. So what is the next process? That is the refrigerant is passing from this condenser, and it is getting converted into the saturated liquid state, and at this point 6, the refrigerant is at saturated liquid state, and it is at the pressure of the condenser pressure, that is 14 bar. So we can select here the point 6, that is this is the saturated liquid line, and here the pressure equal to 14 bar, that is the condenser pressure. So here is the point 6. So from this point 6 we can find out where is the enthalpy at point 6. Now again if we move the next, that is for the process of 6 to 7. So here the liquid subcooler, that is the refrigerant is passing through this liquid subcooler. Now here in the question the liquid subcooler temperature is given, and that is equal to 30 degree Celsius. So we have to select the where is the 30 degree Celsius temperature for this saturated liquid line. So here I have shown here the line with the help of dash and dot. So here will be the temperature, we can say that is the 30 degrees Celsius, and we have to select where is the point of intersection for this saturated liquid line and temperature equal to 30 degrees Celsius. So here is the point of intersection. Now this point we will say the enthalpy at this point will be equal to HF7. Now we have to extend this point in the upward direction. So this is the point, and here also for the process 6 to 7 we have to extend this line because this cooling process is taking place at the constant pressure. So here is the point 7, that is the intersection of this vertical line and horizontal line is the point 7. So if we extend this point 7, here we will get the HF7, and this HF7 which is equal to 323 kilojoule per kilogram. Now again if we move the next, there is the expansion process that is taking place for the 7 to 8. Now this expansion process is taking place at the constant enthalpy, and it is up to the pressure of the flash chamber pressure. So what is the flash chamber pressure? That is 5 bar. So we have to extend this 0.7 up to the 5 bar and with constant enthalpy. So here is the 0.8. So if we extend this, the enthalpy at 0.7 and enthalpy at 0.8, that will be same, and that is equal to 323 kilojoule per kilogram. Now what is happening at 0.8? So if we observe here is the mixture of liquid plus vapor refrigerant. Now this vapor refrigerant is getting passed from this 0.9 to this process 3 to 4. So here from the refrigerant from 3 to 4, and it is getting mixed with refrigerant from this 0.9. So from 0.8 there are two ways, that is the vapor refrigerant. So here at 0.8 the refrigerant is at liquid plus vapor mixture. Then what is happening? Vapor mixture or only vapor is getting passed through this process 3 to 4. So I will show here. So on the saturated vapor line, so this is the saturated vapor line, so this point is called as 0.9 and we have to show arrow. So this is the process 8 to 9 and it is getting mixed up with this process 3 to 4. And now what is happening? So remaining liquid refrigerant is getting passed to the next process. So again we have to show this 8 to 10 process up to this saturated liquid line. So we have to show this 8 to 10. This is the arrow, and that is 10 point is leaving this flash chamber and again moving for the expansion valve 2. So here again expansion process is taking place for this saturated liquid refrigerant at point 10. So this expansion process is taking place up to the pressure of evaporator pressure, that is up to the pressure of 2 bar. So when this expansion is taking place at the constant enthalpy, so here is the line. So here is the point 10 and we have to extend this line up to this 2 bar, and here is the point 11. So here is HF10, that is the saturated liquid refrigerant is there. So HF10 which is equal to H11 and that is equal to 198 kilojoule per kilogram. So in this way we will get this HF7, HF10 also, and what is the 9, that is HF9. So if we extend this point we will get H9 is equal to 1432 kilojoule per kilogram. So this 0.9 is on the saturated vapor line. Now how to find out this 0.4 and 0.5? So if we observe, here is the process 3 to 4. Now to find out the enthalpy at 0.4, there is the mixture, incoming mixture from this 0.9 and 0.3. Now if we observe from this 0.9, what is the mass of the refrigerant? That is M3, and from this process 2 to 3, what is the mass of the refrigerant? That is M1. So we have to first calculate what is M1, what is M3, and after mixing the mass will become M2. So let us first calculate what is M1, M2 and M3. So we know how to calculate M1. So M1 is, that is the mass of refrigerant where it gives the refrigerating effect, and from the process 11 to 1. So we can calculate this M1 for the calculation of process in the evaporator. So what is the process? That is 210Q divided by H1 minus H11, because 11 to 1 this is the process of evaporation, and 210Q that is the refrigerating effect. So refrigerating effect divided by enthalpy difference, that is equal to mass M1. So this is the formula to calculate mass M1. So Q is 10 Tr and H1. So H1 that we have calculated, we have first written, that is 1420, and HF10. So here is HF10, that is 198. So what is the mass M1? That is 1.72 kilogram per minute. So this is the mass M1. Now if we move next, now we have to find out what is M2 and M3. So let us first find out what is the relation in between M2 and M3. So here is the formula. M3 is equal to M2 H8 minus HF10 divided by H9 minus HF10. So when we put the values, so we know what is the H8, then what is the HF10, 323, 198, and what is the H9. So H9 is 1432. So when we calculate this, we will get M3 is equal to 0.1 M2. Now what is the relation in between M1, M2 and M3? So we know that M1 is equal to M2 minus M3. So this M3 is equal to 0.1 M2. So when we put here, we will get 1.72, that is M1, which is equal to M2 minus 0.1 M2. So from this equation we can calculate here M2. That M2 we can take here as a common. So M2 is equal to 1.9 kilogram per minute. And when we get M2, then what is the M3? That is 1.9 multiplied by 0.1. That is M3 is equal to 0.19 kilogram per minute. So in this way we get here M1, M2 and M3. Now how to calculate the enthalpy at point 4? So here there are two incoming refrigerants from this point 9 and point 3. So we can take here enthalpy at point 9, that is H9 into mass, that is M3, plus H3, that is enthalpy at point 3, multiplied by mass, that is M1. So M3 into H9 plus M1 into H3, that these two refrigerants are getting mixed. So we have used here plus sign, which is equal to, what is the mass here at point 4? That is the mass M2 into enthalpy at point 4, that is H4. So here is the equation. Now we will put the value. So all the values are known except this H4. So when we put all the values, then we will get H4 is equal to 1502. So at the enthalpy of 1502, here we will select the point, and if we extend this point on the pressure of 5 bar, here will be the point 4. So in this way we have to locate this point 4 on this pressure enthalpy diagram. Now when we locate this point 4, then here high pressure compression process is taking place at constant entropy. So at this point 4, what is the entropy S4? That is 5.51, and at the entropy of 5.51, this compression process is taking place up to a pressure of 14 bar. So here we have to select the constant entropy line, and this is the pressure of 14 bar. So here is the point of intersection, and when we extend this point of intersection, it will give us the H5, that is H5 is equal to 1650 kilojoule per kilogram. So in this way all the enthalpies at all the points are getting selected. Now it is easy for us to calculate what is the coefficient of performance and what is the power required to drive the system. So let us move for the calculations. So here the load on the evaporator is given. So what is the refrigerating effect? That is 210 into this load on evaporator, that is 10 Tr. So refrigerating effect is equal to 210 into 10, that is 2100 kilojoule per minute. Now we will calculate what is the work done. So here work done is taking place at these two compressors, low pressure compressor and high pressure compressor. So we can say that W is equal to WL plus WH. And what is the WL? That is mass multiplied by the enthalpy difference during the process of compression. So here process 1 to 2, that means H2 minus H1 multiplied by mass of the refrigerant. So here mass of refrigerant is M1 plus here what is the work done? That is the enthalpy difference during the process, that is 4 to 5 multiplied by the mass of the refrigerant. So here is the process 4 to 5, that is H5 minus H4 multiplied by what is the mass? So here the mass of refrigerant is M2. So if we add this, we will get the answer of, that is for WL it is 223.6 plus for WH it is 281.2 and the answer is 504.8 kilojoule per minute. But it is important to note that the mechanical efficiency for these drives is given and mechanical efficiency is 80%. So what is the actual work done? So this work calculated or theoretical work done divided by efficiency, that is actual work done. So 504.8 divided by 80%, that means 80 by 100, that is equal to 0.8. So it is equal to 631 kilojoule per minute. So now we have to use this actual work done only to calculate the coefficient of performance and calculate the power required to drive the system. So what is the coefficient of performance? That is refrigeration effect by work done. So refrigerating effect 2100 and instead of work done we have to write here actual work done, that is 631. So here the answer is 3.32. Now what is the power required to drive the system? That is actual work done by 60. Because here the efficiency is getting mentioned, so we have to use actual work done only. So here P is equal to 631 divided by 60, which is equal to 10.5 kilowatt. So these are the answers.